All right, guys, here we go. Crypto Charts Joe with another Theta and Theta Fuel update. As you can see, we're looking at the daily chart of Theta right now. And we came down, hit the 200 yesterday. That's why when you see my charts, 99% of the time we just have the 20 and the 200 on here. They're the two most important moving averages. For the charts, anywhere from the monthly chart all the way down to the 2-minute chart. So that's why we have those. Also, I want you to see, let me put all the drawings on here and how we came down this little high pivot level where that blue dash line is, hit it, and then our long-term uptrend line that started actually over a year ago, about the middle of March 2020, came up and got close to pegging it as well, and then we hit the point 618 Fibonacci retracement, which is I'm going to take this off right now, which is the strongest support when you're coming down, and if you're coming back up, the strongest resistance. And before we get too deep in here right now, well, right quick, as of this recording, we're trading right inside this sideways consolidation zone, which is healthy. Hopefully we can hold this area, and the people that were buying in this area, holding in this area, will support price yet again in that area. And as you can see, we had a dip right here that came down into this price zone as well. And what we need, obviously, is to get back up into our top price channel, this one right here. And then lastly, what I want you to notice is the pullback here. See this wick that came up really high, very impressive, that we came up into that range of our slam down candle from yesterday. But as you can see, we're pulling back, coming back in. Now, the information I'm about to give you now is really for our paid members on our Patreon side. That's only fair, but I think they will, and this will be the last time I do it, but I think they will understand why I'll need to do that, because everything now is following Bitcoin, okay? Period in the conversation. Where Bitcoin goes, so will the market, and then we'll get into that. The dominance, as you can see, that big green candle from yesterday. A lot of the money that was in altcoins or sitting out there came in to support Bitcoin, and then here's the Bitcoin chart as of today. Now, notice that's why I was pointing out the topping tail here, this wick at the top of the candle. See how Bitcoin is pulling back? Okay, right now, to be honest with you, this is very, very bearish, very concerning. Earlier today, we were green all the way up here. Why was that important? We were over the 200. First step is getting back over the 200. Yeah, we could consolidate here, build a base, and then try to run up and over the 200. That'd be great. But the longer that takes, the higher the odds, higher probability we're going to come back and retest this potential double bottom here, around that 30,000 area. Also, we were up and over. We had cleared this high pivot going back to January this year that we couldn't get over. Tried it again, came back in, and it took about a month to work our way, over that zone. And we melted down from that. Okay, now Bitcoin is is neutral to bearish, in my opinion, right now, until we can get a close over this low pivot here around that 46,000 area. Okay, that needs to happen, or we will start testing previous supports, previous lows. Okay, and then lastly, let me show you. Let me take everything off of here, and then let's. The 21 is what I want. Okay, we were this candle, of course. This is a weekly candle. Every candle you see here is 1 week of price action. For the new people. And this was obviously a bearish engulfing candle that closed last Sunday, 7 p.m. Central. As you can see, it wiped out this whole zone here, several weeks basically sideways price consolidation here. We were kind of locked in a tight price range. Of course, that wiped it out. We got under the 20 and then just over the 21 exponential moving average. Now we're well below the 20, and then and of course below the 21. Now the only way we're going to turn this around and get back in a relatively strong bull market is to get back up and over the 20 and the 21 here. Okay, as you can see, this current bull market, or this current run for the last year, started back here in March, about the middle of March 2020. Okay, and when we cleared, this is a clearing candle, bullish engulfing candle that cleared over the 2021 exponential moving average, and then as you can see, it was all fun and games since then. Okay, so if we lose that low pivot here, let me see if I have all that on here. Well, that's from the daily, but we lose this low pivot right here, and then let me put that back where it was. We'll roll down, and guess where this is? Okay, guess where that is? That's where we're going next. Okay, first of all, reason being is that this sideways consolidation, that's nice. You want to see that. That's kind of like a concrete floor, steel wall that helps price once it gets back in there. When you see straight up candles like this, I'm sure there's a better definition, but anyway, it's like toothpicks stacked on each other. So any weight, any price pressure on that is going to collapse until you hit a solid foundation, a high pivot, a low pivot, several days or weeks, depending on what chart you're on, consolidation. Okay, and guess where that is? Okay, let's go over here. It was the all-time high of 2017. Yeah, that's where we're going if we lose the bottom here. Okay, now that's not going to happen overnight, or a few days. It would take several weeks to do that. So in the meantime, and this has to do with THETA, because THETA, all your altcoins are following Bitcoin here. There might be a few outliners, a few black swans that are, doing the opposite. In other words, running up real hard, real fast. But this is, Bitcoin's world right now, and where it goes, majority of the market's going to follow. Okay, so yeah, we're probably going to be, in this range, something like this. But the only way to get out, the only way to clear out of here, and let me go to the hourly. Now, what you got to do, you got to imagine, okay, this is a daily chart, okay? And the reason why I'm using the hourly, because there's more, candles here recently than there are daily candles, okay? So how we got to where we are now, price action, is that we put in this low pivot here, ran up, made a high, then we came down, made a higher low, okay? Kind of a W formation, and this is where we are now, okay? And actually we started up here. So we came down, made a low pivot where the opposite colors, red, green, came up, opposite color for a pullback, green, red, and red, green, we pushed up. Yeah, it's really that easy, guys, okay? People make all this charting stuff, technical analysis. It's really all in your headspace. As soon as you realize it's what we do is easy. It's just not simple. Okay, and no, let me take that back. It's simple. What I was showing you is just not easy because your mind wants to think. You've been brainwashed all these years. Wall Street, you can't trade like Wall Street, you can't make money like them, you can't be successful like them, so on and so forth. You got to take all these, get all these financial advisors, do all this stuff. Well, that's not true. Now, yeah, full disclosure, lost, everything I had in the market twice. I was just too dumb, too stubborn to quit. I didn't want to go out a loser. and then always look back the rest of my life saying, hey, Wall Street kicked my ass. I didn't want that to happen. So I just stayed in it, was hell-bent on learning it. Ran into a couple of guys in the money stocks, Nick and Gareth over there, that took me to the next level. And then I practiced and came up, with some of my own stuff. And, here I am now. So you can do it. If I can do it, you can most certainly do it. So anyway, that's what we need to do on the daily chart. We need to be making, let me go back to the daily, explain this. We need to be making until we get a green candle that takes out the current green candle. Let's say we close, where we are now tomorrow. Okay, we trade down in here tomorrow, but yet we pull up and we get up and over the 200 in the previous candle. Okay, now we're on our way. Okay, and then we'll look for, maybe a higher high, then come down, make a higher low, higher high, and go. So this low pivot, and then you have the next low pivot, and that's how you work your way up and out. Okay, you want W's on the way out, and then what you're looking at is M's on the way down, because you make a high. Well, I did that one too high. Anyway, make a high, then a lower high, then here we go. And speaking of all that, let me show you something real quick. I'm getting off on a tangent, but you got to know this stuff. Okay, Bitcoin didn't drop overnight for no reason. Okay, no market, stock market, crypto market, nothing tanks overnight. There's always warnings, there's always cracks in the dam that give you signals. Okay, the first signal that Bitcoin was in a weak market is you made a high here, made a little bit of a higher high here, and then guess what? This candle broke down and closed under this uptrend line. So right here, April 18th was the first, okay, something's wrong, okay? And then guess what? This high was a lower high. So you had a high, lower high, and then you had, let me see where I put that. Actually, it goes back further right here. Okay, so we got over it, came down, tested that trend line, came up, tested it, broke through it again. Here was the second warning. Okay, hello, we're not going to all-time highs. Guess what? Okay, so that was May 12th, and then here we are now. Now, admittedly, I didn't see that coming. I knew 1,000% sure we were going. After that, I knew 1,000% sure we were coming down and hitting the 200. Okay. And then because of a couple other techniques, we were able to post up. We were going to come down to between 28,000 and 30, and we hit 30. Look at this. Okay, it's going to be right up here where it says where the C is. Watch this. Okay, boom. Look at that. No, the low. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. Okay, see the L, the low. Okay, now watch. See that 30,000 to the penny. Now, how is that even possible? And as big of a market as this is, and all the big money in it, all the different exchanges. But anyway, I'll let you decide that. But even as we've been talking, we moved up a little bit to the 200. So first step, get over the 200. Second step, get over this high pivot here. And as soon as we do that, then we might be able to see some more positive action. See, we've even moved up into this yellow box a little higher since Bitcoin's moving up. And that's the same with TFUEL. See that wick? We were way up into this box, looking good, being good, okay? But now we pulled back some. So it's Bitcoin's world. That's just what we're going to have to live with. Also, notice how close we are to the 20 on fuel. And then we're a little lower than that on THETA. But look at ADA, not to get off on a tangent, but see, it held. I mean, it got wiped out, but it's up. And look at your chart, look at your coins, and see how far away from the 20 they are. Okay, the coins that are the closest to the 20, they're the strongest. They're the ones people didn't panic as much, panic sell on, or they bought back in real hard, real fast. Okay, so that 20 should tell you who's the strongest out here in the markets, who's the weakest. All right. Oh, what else I need to tell you? Let me see. I'll figure it out as we go. But oh yeah, okay. Theta to Bitcoin. Okay, boom, we're back in the game. We're back in this flag, this bull flag here. Okay, remember us talking the other day about we got a 55% move here as soon as we break out. Well, we did, but of course, you know, the big slam down rollover yesterday. So here we are starting back over again. And look, we're close to the 20, okay? So Theta's strong. And then Theta on Ethereum pair, Theta versus Ethereum. Right here, we need to get on that red dash line here. And of course, that'll put us, basically, you got to trade sideways to up to work your way out of these things, okay? So that's, you know, so it's a lot of positive things going on in the market. But one more glance at Bitcoin. So what we need to do is, you know, maintain this area. We might come back in here and retest some of this, which is fine, as expected. We just need to hold that low pivot, that 30 grand area. If not, then boom, we're coming down to, you know, around that 20 area, and then it's on, okay? So anyway, thank you guys for lasting through this video, watching it, you know, this long. I'd like to keep them a lot shorter, but, you know, I had to explain this. I had to, you know, I don't know, get to the nitty gritty of really what's happening in the market regarding, you know, Bitcoin and Theta and TheFuel. But all right, again, thanks so much, and we will see you on the charts.